If you really, really want to be successful, like you say you do, be careful who you associate with. These people will determine how far you get in life. Until you understand the nature of association, you cannot be successful. You'd be better off being by yourself than surrounding yourself with losers. Why do you want everything to come to you right now? Don't you know that good things take time? What you have to realize is that life is late. When I used to work in sales and I would really be struggling sometimes to go out and knock doors, my mentor Lewis would always tell me, what you do today, you will either be punished or rewarded for within 90 days. What you're doing right now, you won't see the fruits of until much later on. And so it's important to realize that you're planting seeds. Seeds take time to grow. So don't worry about your seed growing slowly. The only thing you should fear is not growing at all. Because as humans, our only aim here is to just grow as people and to give back to others. That's it. If you can master those two things, the art of growing as a person and the art of giving, you will never have a problem in life. Because ultimately, that is how you be somebody that's successful. And now we really need to get down to what is successful, because you don't have a good idea of what success looks like. You can't feel it when somebody is successful that's around you. A lot of people look to the wrong things. A lot of people look at the material objects and they conclude that that actually is success when in reality it's not. How is that person? How do they feel? Jim Rohn says that success is having a vision for your life and going and living that vision. If you have money but you feel trapped, you're not successful. So let's get it out of our mind that we want material things, because what we really want is a degree of freedom. We really want is to be able to live the life that we desire. I went to a conference last March. It was a seminar for selling. In this seminar, this extremely wealthy man with hundreds of restaurants in the US scattered and thousands of rental units, he told us that the real flex is time, mobility, and experiences. What are you flexing on right now? I used to have a friend who had other friends that drove nice cars because their parents were rich. And this guy, he wasn't as rich in terms of his parents' level of wealth. And when his friends got these nice cars, he decided that it was incumbent on him. He felt like he had to go get a nice car for himself too. So he put himself in a position that was not smart financially to go look like his friends. Think about what that's doing. Think about how that's limiting. He was paying $700 a month for a car just so that he could look like his friends. Is that really what you want? Do you just want to look good, or do you want to feel good? How your life feels is more important than how your life looks. Because a lot of people have a life that looks good and feels terrible. So ask yourself, what do you want? I realized that I wanted to invest in myself. I realized that I am my biggest asset. I made over $100,000 in a year, and I invested over $20,000 in courses, books, things that are gonna help me grow as a person. Yeah, I didn't spend my money the best way possible. I made mistakes. I spent way too much money on weed. I spent way too much money on vaping. But I became more aware and I started to grow as a person. Because I realized that if I don't invest in myself, in me, then who will? You are your most important asset. It's you incorporated. It's the S&Me 500. Forget about investing. Forget about the S&P. It's about you. Because you're the one who's ultimately going to be the living magnet that's going to attract success into your life. And it's hard for you to understand some of these things because right now your mindset is, how can I get more money? If you really want to think like successful people, read Rich Dad Poor Dad. Understand that successful people aren't interested in gaining money. They're interested in gaining knowledge. They're interested in surrounding themselves with the right people. You are going to fail if you don't understand the principle of association. If you want to fly with the eagles, don't get stuck scratching in turkey school. Turkeys don't fly. People are here choosing the wrong associations. So remember, even the people that you surround yourself with, you're planting seeds, and they're planting seeds in your mind as to what you can accomplish, as to what you're capable of. I have one friend. One. That's the only person that I associate myself with, that I would call a friend, because I see where he is going in life. I know what kind of man this guy is. He is dedicated to his vision. He's dedicated to his craft. He's building his brand. He isn't living the life that most people live, which is below their potential. He knows what he's capable of, and he's going for it. That is a man that I look at and I say, he's going places. I want to surround myself with him. I want to surround myself with people like him. Until you understand the nature of association, you cannot be successful. You'd be better off being by yourself than surrounding yourself with losers. Because life ultimately is determined by our environment. Over a long enough time, environment will always defeat your effort as an individual. So what is your environment like? Who are the people you're surrounding yourself with? If they don't have goals, dreams, ambitions, if they don't know where they want to go in life, if they don't know who they want to help, if they're just concerned with helping themselves and working a job, you know what you need to do. Sometimes we have to isolate because we are our own best company. I stopped being afraid of being alone, and I started to be afraid of associating with the wrong people. And I'm not afraid of anything, but that is something I stay away from like it's a disease, because it is. Be careful if you really, really want to be successful, like you say you do. Be careful who you associate with. These people will determine how far you get in life. Brian Tracy says that, and it's been studied, he says that the biggest determining factor for whether or not somebody will be successful is the people that they surround themselves with, their associates. Because ultimately, we only get as far as the people around us do. If you become friends with 4 millionaires, it's likely you're going to be the 5th. In fact, it's almost impossible that you don't reach that level. It's almost impossible. So if you don't want to fail, if you want to succeed, be careful who it is that you surround yourself with, and realize that for every action, there is a reaction. You're planting seeds every single time you surround yourself with people who want you to grow. And these seeds will grow into huge trees of success and abundance in your life. But the same is true every time you associate with people you know aren't good for you. People that you know aren't really focused on growing in life. They just want a paycheck. So, be careful. And if you really want to grow, eliminate every person you have and start from scratch. Actually visualize what kind of friends you want to have. Actually think about what kind of qualities these people will have and how they'll help you grow. Because you can attract them into your life. You got this, bro. Peace.